Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Couple mentions before we get going. Number one, I want you to go check it out. Our podcast is live now. We've put a few up, lots more coming. Autotopia LA podcast channel. Please go check it out, man. Also, merch, if you like what I wear, not wearing it today because I'm wearing one of our sponsors, our friends at Liqui Moly. We do have merch. Go to atlamerch.com, check it out if you want stuff. It usually goes fast. We got a new design coming out really soon. So with that said, you might be wondering why? Well, for one, any of you guys that watch the channel long enough, you know I'm pretty obsessed with German automotive. And an E30 alone is just a great car, great momentum car because they don't have a lot of power unless you do what's been done to this car, and that's what we're gonna dig in on. So Julian, come on in and let's dig in on this.
All right,
man.
Good morning.
Thanks for the big track. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you doing that.
Thank you for having me.
So you were saying you don't build cars for a living, it's a hobby for you, but
Yeah.
yet you've done multiple of.
I've done a couple cars, yeah. The other one that I did that was really like a build per se, engine swap full thing, was the E34 Touring. It was a silver on silver on silver. And then that one just set me off on like, I like the OEM plus builds. Where can I take this? How can I make this thing nuts?
Now you were saying you bought the car from the original owner?
I did. I worked at a small auto shop, just doing oil changes, basic stuff. I started there because I wanted to learn. And one of their clients said, hey, I'm moving out of the state and I have some old cars, and one of them I've been servicing here since '88. I'd love to sell it to someone here. I drove down, I saw this car, it looked nothing like this.
Yeah.
The same kind of color and a little bit different interior, but it was rough. It had a dented front quarter panel, the interior was all torn. It was 300-ish, 320,000 miles. They had driven it all over the West Coast, yeah, and then they asked like, hey, what are you gonna do with it? Like, we don't want it just to be flipped. Like, and I'm like, I like these cars, like I wanna keep this.
Yeah.
They trusted me and they said, okay, offer. I offered what I had, which was $1,700 bucks. They said, okay. I'm thinking, oh crap, they're not gonna take it. 2 weeks went by and they said, hey, we thought about your offer.
Right.
They went, this is weird, but would you take 300? Would you do 300, excuse me, 300 bucks? And I'm like, I need you to say that again. They're like, we know this is weird, but we want you to put that money that you would have paid us into the car. Cool people. Yeah,
man.
and I mean, I hope I did them proud. I still have their email.
Yeah.
I have the original Polaroid from when they bought the car and drove it into their garage the day they brought it.
Unbelievable.
And I live down the street from where this car's been parked since it was bought home brand new. So it's
So
lived
you
in
said
like
its
a
whole
2 mile
life
radius.
has been within
Yeah, like a 2 mile radius. It's been there.
funny,
Obviously,
dude.
it's very different than how it started, but I think, you know, it's
but
just,
the heart of the car is still here. That's the cool thing is like what they bought brand new and sold you for $300.
300 bucks. Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah, just about 6 years ago, almost 7, coming up on 7.
Oh, okay, so you've had it a while.
Had it for a little while. Yeah, it's seen stages for sure.
All right, well let's
Yeah,
do the pop.
absolutely.
I've been waiting to see this, Julian.
We're a little dusty and dirty, but that's okay. It's a driver, 100%. With the theme,
Sick.
is just OEM plus.
Very much so.
So I don't want stuff to be super showy. You want you to look at it and go, oh, like, is that a swap? Like, I mean, obviously, like, it's big and there's lots going on, but it's power steering, power brakes, AC, heat, supercharged, and daily drivable.
So help me, original motor's 6-cylinder?
Yeah, M20, and this one was the 325E, so it only went up to like 5,000 RPM. Super low power, just economy.
What was it power-wise?
Oh God, I might be wrong here, but it was like 140.
Wow.
150, something like that.
And then this engine's out of?
A 98 540. So this is still this is pre-Vanos, so it doesn't have all the fancy head stuff going on. So it's just non-Vanos, V8, 4.4 liter. It holds boost really well, but it's out of 98 540.
And then are you adding that or is that on the 540?
No,
originally?
so I found that a lot later. I actually did this swap naturally aspirated first and decided it wasn't enough.
What does this engine make before you add boost to
About
it?
300.
Okay, so you basically doubled the horsepower on the car from where it
Basically.
was.
To the wheels, it's significantly more, and the power band is the entire rev range.
Yeah. And then what is the supercharger add to it?
Supercharger, it's at 9 pounds peak.
Okay.
And at 9 pounds peak, we're just under 500 wheel horsepower.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, which is about 550 crank.
This
so
car's gotta be And what do you weigh, dude?
So that's the thing. This engine weighs 480 pounds. The M20 is an iron block. This is all aluminum. Weighs about 410. So you're only adding about 70 pounds in the front, but it's further back, closer to the firewall, and slightly lower. And overall, the car weighs about 2,800 pounds.
This car's violent.
And it sounds it too.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with the exhaust because I wanted that to be
just
good.
at idle when you rolled in. The car
Defining
sounds
factor.
great.
Thank you.
The car sounds great.
Thank you.
Is transmission as well from the
E39,
540?
Yep, the 540. So it's the
What
GetTrack
designation? That's the E39?
E39.
So that's the early 2000s
Yep.
M5,
Yep,
right?
late 90s, early 2000s. It's the GetTrack 420, which you can get in a couple different cars.
Yeah.
So they're easily replaceable, but they hold, I don't have to, because they hold power really well.
The other part I thought was impressive, you were saying off camera, is that this engine, you've never cracked it open, about 140,000
About
miles.
140,000 miles, yeah. It was sitting outside for like 2 years, 3 years under a tarp, just sitting there. So I went through it, like I did timing, I did maintenance, but I didn't build it. So I made sure everything was clean, no scratches in the
Sure,
boards.
but you're
or
not
anything
going
like
in
that.
and changing cams or
No.
anything like that, yeah.
And these are Alusil, which is aluminum and silicone coating in the bores. So if they're healthy, they're healthy. And as long as you don't scratch them up, they last.
Yeah.
Holds boost well
So
too.
and then rear end, is that also from the same car?
So no, rear end is just enough. It's stock E30 axles, so I don't launch this car right now, but it's out of a Z3M rear differential, and I kept the car 4-lug instead of 5-lug. So if I went with the Z3M trailing arms and those axles and stuff, I probably would've been great, but it would've went 5-lug. And again, I'm about OEM plus. It's a Z3M rear end 315 with just factory E30 axles.
315 gearing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've done obviously a lot of suspension work as well on the car.
So it's on Coney Yellows with iBox springs. They're custom valved by Ground Control. 550 rears, 750 fronts.
Okay.
I wanted to have a little bit of squat just because the way I drive the car. I do drive it in the canyons, but I also am a quarter-mile guy at the heart. I did take this to the quarter-mile. It did great, but I wanted to have that flexibility. It's only running a front sway bar, no rear sway bar.
Okay.
I like the way that it feels. It plants a little bit better. It kind of has a little bit more lean in the rear. And you get some good feedback that way. So, yeah.
Right. And brakes is it?
So that's an interesting one. So
Okay.
the brake booster typically sits on the firewall with a factory E30. So this brake booster is out of an E34 540. And in order to get it to fit, clearly there's not a lot of space behind this valve cover.
No.
It's a company in Europe. They just make these little flat plate brackets. You bend it into place and you just weld that brake booster farther forward, cut it in half, and then mount it down in the frame rail there. And it works great.
So your rotors and calipers, that's all BMW then?
The rotors and calipers are actually Willwood. If you're gonna be driving fast and wanna slow down fast, you need to have some brakes. So there's 6 pistons in the front, there's super light radials, 300 millimeter by 32 rotors, Hawk rotors with BP 20 pads, 4 piston in the rear. Willwood's is, again, with the same size rotor.
And then you were mentioning exhaust. I will jump back over. I'm kind of jumping
My favorite
around
part,
a little
that's
bit.
fine, let's do it, whatever.
Yeah, because I'm curious to know what you did from here back, because the car does sound great.
A lot of iterations. I get super excited about sound. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
huge reason why I love BMW engines, because they
Yeah.
all have such unique sounds.
They do.
So to capitalize on that, I needed to get kind of creative, because loud is loud, but loud and refined is something you kind of remember. So it's equal length, longer tube, they're long headers,
really?
equal length headers. Actually designed for an E30 swap, or V8 E30 swap. So a company in Europe makes them. And then it comes down to pretty large primaries into a Y, into a single 3.5 pipe, to a small valved muffler just to keep it tame when you're driving around. Back to, this is the special part, is an expansion chamber. It's a 3.5 to a 5-inch, back down to a 3.5.
Oh, wow.
And it creates kind of a second resonance. And people say when they hear this that it sounds kind of S65-like, E92 M3. Even though it doesn't rev crazy high like that car, you still get that higher sort of resonance. Riley Motorsport in Sacramento, the same cars he does. He's got like a 1,000 horsepower car that he tracks, and he's got these crazy tubular headers. He does excellent work. So
That guy built that insane Firebird.
Yeah.
It's on my wish list to hopefully shoot that car someday.
Yeah, he got his hands on the car, and that was where he really dove into that intake system, because clearance is...
Is that your airbox over
That
there?
is. So this is kind of cool. This was his idea. Him and I went back and forth, and we finally came up with the solution for keeping as cold as possible air.
Yeah.
These are factory cowling ducts.
Right.
And this is a sealed air box. So the filter actually sits inside this box, and there's a hole cut for the firewall, and the whole thing is sealed with some gaskets around the side. So it's, in theory, I mean, this is not the greatest spot for turbulence,
Sure.
but in theory, it's pulling fresh air from outside and then into the supercharger that way. And if you look at like our clearance, like it's millimeters between belts.
Yeah.
The clearance in this box is 1/4 of a millimeter from the strut tower. So you had to get it tight, and Riley has a great eye for detail. Everybody loves this little notch too. that he put in the intake tubing to fit the strut bar.
Yeah, bitchin'.
All the other stuff, any exhaust fab work was my buddies down in San Mateo at the studio. They did that. And
So you're smart enough to stay away from doing that shit.
I can weld, but if I want it to be great versus
You're not the guy.
okay, I'm not the guy.
Yeah,
Not
I get
welding.
it. What we didn't touch on yet is wheels and tires sizes, because I
Sure.
love, again, stance, wheels always make the package, right?
Yep.
And it looks sick.
So it needed meat.
For sure.
one, to kind of give a hint of what's going on, and then two, functionally. I wanted to stick as OEM period as possible. So these are Hartge type Cs, which are 3-piece wheels. They are 8s in the front, 8.5s in the rear, and then 215, 45, 17 in the front, and 235, 40, 17 in the rear.
Got it.
These will definitely hook NT01s. They're a little bit wider than the 235, which was perfect, because now the fitment's, ideal. Fills it out perfectly, it gives me plenty of traction.
Let's drop the hood and let's go over some of the, because you have done a lot of cosmetic stuff on this car as well, haven't
Yeah, you had the US diving board cars, which was like the early model stuff. So this is an early model, they call it. Mid 1988, you got plastic bumpers. So some people prefer the plastic bumpers because they're a little more tucked. It looks a little more streamlined. This was the diving board. Those are big, huge bumpers in the front, which they needed to do for US regulations for bumper stuff.
Now I see why you called it diving board.
Diving board. Yeah, they call it the diving board in our little community because they're huge. You could dive off the thing. So these are what are called Euro bumpers. They're just a lot cleaner looking. This is what you got in Europe. And then below that, I wanted to do what would be like the sport look of the Aero, which is an M-Tech 1 kit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's an M-Tech, it's a genuine M-Tech 1 kit, and it's all genuine parts for the Euro bumper stuff. And then I just added a little splitter for a little bit extra spice. And then the sides.
Which looks great.
I think so
the
too.
splitter looks so, and it helps to give you the illusion of it being lower.
Yep.
Because you can tell the car still has ground clearance.
Yeah, 100%, and I need it, because even though we have some ovaled section for the exhaust still sits low. It's a big pipe, 3.5 inch on an already small car. And then I will touch on the side skirt too, because
I was gonna ask, does it all tie together? Is it all the same company, all the
It's
M-Tech?
all the same, yeah. It's all like what you could get from a brochure back in the day from BMW. Like you could get these, and they had special versions that were like an M-Tech 1 package car, and those ones are like really hard to get. But you can find these M-Tech kits around, and the side skirt, there's actually two versions. There's a high kick, and then there's this lower kick. And this lower kick was kind of specific to South Africa. They had a 333, which was the S14 in like a standard E30. That was their M3. On that car, they had this type of side skirt, and I just liked the look of it. I thought it kept it a little bit more streamlined low, didn't really interfere with the body lines of the car, kind of just kept that whole look.
Yeah.
But the other version has just this side kick that comes up similar to this. Just comes up the side like that. I got to tell you one quick story with this because it's worth it. So I work at the fire department and we were doing vehicle extrication. Before I had this M-Tech 1 kit, I wanted one, but I was like, I just can't pull the trigger. They're expensive and they're hard to find. They're really hard to find original. Yeah. Well, a car that was all of a sudden showed up in the back of our station that we were going to do vehicle extrication on was on its side. It was a convertible E30, gold BBS wheels. Not even kidding, gold BBS wheels, and I saw this on the back. So there's another version of this wing that's off the E28, and that's more common. And I was like, oh, it's probably just an E28. I gotta go look, just in case. I'm gonna go look. And I looked, and it was this wing. It was this M-Tech 1 wing. I double checked with the part number and I checked the width.
So it was
I
like,
gotta get
Chief,
the M-Tech 1.
like, hey, before we burn the shit out of this car,
that's what I did. I said, can I take this? He's like, you can take the wing, that's fine. So those are fun things that just tie this car all together, cool stories, you know. So that kind of set me off to be like, okay, I got to get the M-Tech 1.
That's a good story, right?
Yeah,
And then, so this is also part of the kit.
Yep, that rear valance is the rear valance for the M-Tech 1. I mean, as you can see, these things are from the 80s. They're old, they get weathered, and like there's things you can do to help them stay straight, but you know what? There's parts of me that like that this thing kind of has those little bits of patina, the age showing, the kit's not perfect, but it's just good enough. I don't have to stress about a rock chip.
What is it, 88?
87.
87.
It's a 1987.
I mean.
Yeah.
Is the pattern, was that?
So with this interior choice, I mean, the original interior was town houndstooth, and these are sport seats. They got a little bolster on the side and on the feet.
These are nice. From an M3 or?
No, from another E30. I mean, this
E30.
was a bit more common in Europe. I mean, some of the US cars did get this houndstooth,
Got it.
but the original car had tan houndstooth and it was tan interior. And I decided that I like anthracite darker color better. So I found another set and I swapped it over to anthracite.
So this is all straight up E30 in
Yeah,
here,
and I wanted to keep with the spirit of the car. Like the paint, it's Delphin gray, but it has a little bit more metal flake. The interior, it's houndstooth. It's just dark houndstooth, not the tan houndstooth. Right. I just like kind of keeping with the spirit of the cars.
I get it, man. Definitely recognize that all
Yep,
day
that's
long.
the M-Tech 1. That's the small diameter M-Tech 1, which just works with the M-Tech kit. I thought it was fitting, and that's a fun shifter. Go ahead.
I
That's
can
an
already tell it's
RTD.
one of those notchy short throw. Oh, I love these so
I put
much.
those in all of the cars that I do. I can't help it.
Love.
Yeah.
And the height of it is right on point, so
Yep.
it's a quick,
Yep.
you know. It's
Any taller would be too
slick,
tall.
dude.
I really, for street cars and stuff,
I agree.
I like a little bit shorter.
Can we see the key to,
Yeah.
I've been curious to light up your dash.
Go ahead. So it's on a Haltech Elite 2500. Turbo Joe out here in Van Noy did it. Turbo Joe's an absolutely awesome tuner. Huge shout out to him. I'm super thankful. It's actually a conservative tune pushing just shy of 500 wheel, which is nuts.
Because you said you're running 9 pounds of boost.
Nine
If you
peak.
wanted, you could go more.
Yeah, I could change the pulley to a smaller pulley, and then
God.
we could go over there and do another map and get more power out of it. And that's on full E85. So I have a flex fuel sensor. Yeah,
That's cool.
I think it's cool.
Turbo Joe tune.
Turbo Joe tune.
See that?
I want him to get credit where it's due. Really wanting to
I'm
enjoy.
just curious to start. I
Go
just
ahead.
want to see the movement.
Well, let's make sure they grab that valve. Let's make sure it's open.
You have valves on it?
Just a valve. It's not a huge difference, but it's enough. Yep.
Do you
we're
hold
good.
it, or that's
Yeah,
it?
that's it. Yep.
Ah, you can hear the whistle up there.
Yeah. Mako Motorsports makes that. They're out of Australia. They make that dash around for E30s. So I decided that looks nice and OEM. People don't notice when you walk past. They don't realize unless the car's on.
It actually doesn't stand out
Right.
at all. I mean, even with it running, it doesn't look like a modern Holly Dash or a Motec. It looks older.
Yeah, it looks older. Like
genuinely
when you
does.
turn on all the radio and everything, like all the lights are kind of orangish. It's a yellow orangish color. I mean, you
Yeah.
can flip through pages and change.
I figured.
Yeah, you
could.
can change how it looks, but that
Yeah.
for me looks perfect.
Car sounds badass,
Thanks.
and I
Yeah.
smell corn.
It's like 72% E85,
Yeah,
and it'll.
I saw how it has a reading right
Yep.
there. It's
I don't even
really-
need to. I could just put 91, E85, anything in between, and it'll auto adjust, which is great.
This is just bitches. I'm so excited to do what we're gonna do now, which
Me
is
too.
to go drive this.
Me too. It's my
I'm-
favorite
I'm-
thing to do with it.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, let's
Yeah.
go for a drive, you guys.
All right.
God, I can't get over right away the sound of this thing, man. It's,
Yeah, so this is valve open, and you'll hear it when we're actually like under speed. You'll hear a very slight difference, but it's just enough to make a difference, particularly when I have the Vibrant ultra quiet muffler on the back.
yeah, you're not kidding. First gear's gone quickly. God, this car sounds so good,
Yeah,
dude.
man, it's intoxicating. I'm gonna be laughing a lot because I get that excited about it still.
I'm right with you, man. Right away, it's just insta smile.
It doesn't get old.
Oh, come
Really
on.
easy to rev match. And I actually built the brake pedal. Originally, it would have been a lot further to the left, but I just cut, re-welded, and made
I
it so
love where
could-
you put it. It's such
Yeah.
an easy blip,
Yeah,
man.
it's super easy to
Oh,
drive
dude,
fast.
that's set up so well.
Yeah, throttle's nice and high. It's actually still a cable throttle.
God, what a sound.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. This is a proper setup car.
Thank you.
Now I understand the much taller gearing too. Boy, the suspension feels really sweet on this thing.
Yeah, it's not too much. I mean,
not.
it's not like it's crazy adjustable. It's three-way adjustable.
Yeah.
Pony yellows with iBox springs. Like I said, they're custom valved. Not crazy stiff, but stiff enough. The sidewall, the tire kind of eats up a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah, and it's stiff enough to let you know you're in a performance-based car
Yes.
rather than feeling a little sluggish and sloppy.
Yep. And these seats are comfortable too, so it's not like you're breaking your back
No,
or every time you go over a bump, your
No, I'm
tailbone's.
good. I mean, right away, I'm like, yeah, let's just bail and go drive
Yeah.
for the day, right?
Yeah. Steering too, it's actually it's a yellow tag out of a ZHP E46. So the steering ratio is 3 turns lock to lock, and it's a lot more responsive than the standard E30 steering rack. It's a bolt-in upgrade, and it drastically changes the driving.
Oh, come on. You guys, check this out. What we haven't talked about yet, Julian has built this car, didn't have the plan to sell it, you said.
We're gonna sell it now.
You got student loans.
You
got a baby on the way.
I got a baby on the way. Yeah, which is super exciting.
I'll bet.
And you know what? I'll be able to tell my baby in the future about the car that I sold, that I could use money towards their crib and their diapers. And
very cool.
I'm at a point in life where I don't need to be building 3 cars at one time.
Right.
With just a firefighter salary over 2 super long time, and I'm okay. It served its purpose, and I'm ready to move on to my next build. And I think I did the original owners proud, I'm sure, and someone else can really enjoy it and do what they want to do with it.
You sell this car to somebody, it's turnkey, ready to go.
Oh yeah.
So you're limited, it's 49 state currently.
Correct. 49 state. Well, I actually don't know the specifics of all the other states, but
well,
it's probably,
I think we're the only one that's not friendly here.
It's not friendly in California.
Any of you guys that follow it, you know, the Leno Law SB 712, there's a chance this is going to actually happen.
And this car, like, that's the thing. If the new owner so desires, and they do want to be in California, and they want to wait, and they have the patience, it's a chance that if the Leno Law passes, this thing would be fine. It's past.
It
that
would be, because you're past the
Yep.
35-year mark. You're good. Gosh. Just the sound alone, bro. I swear. I mean, everything about this car so far to me is bitching. The sound, you nailed it. You got it so good.
I appreciate that. And we're not even really in boost at all.
No, I know.
Which is great. And that's when this thing, like, really
starts
sings.
to scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see how you said you went to Monterey with it. You could get in and just drive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's super comfortable.
And it's so much fun on the highway, let me tell you.
Oh, I can only
You get to
imagine.
drive it on the highway and really open it up. And
I just saw the guy in the BMW getting excited. And I'm like, oh, if you were driving, you would just embarrass this poor kid right now.
Do something. I'd say I've been in the passenger seat of this car in its state one other time. So this is an experience for me too.
I knew it was coming, man.
Yeah.
I knew it. Oh, sweet car, dude. Sometime soon your plan is to put this on Bring a Trailer and sell it there?
Yep, it'll be going on Bring a Trailer. You know, where someone offers me the right amount of money.
I mean, dude, so I'm all motor. I'm not even touching boost yet.
Yeah, you maybe hit boost just a little bit there. The big thing was safety for the engine.
For sure.
It's non-intercooled. It's not opened. These will take this power, no problem. It's been proven time and time again on the drift guys in Norway and Europe. But with that in mind, the tune was built and designed with longevity in mind.
Sure.
So it runs a little bit rich when it needs to run rich, keep things cool. And boost is all going to be high RPM.
Yeah.
Where the motor is going to eat it up and not have to worry about any sort of excessive torque down low.
Sure.
It still has plenty of torque down low because it's a light car.
It's got a ton of torque down low.
For what it needs, yeah.
Yeah. I think I've hit a little over 4,000 RPMs maybe. So I've barely gotten into it.
And that's about where the boost really starts. That's where the supercharger really starts to kick in, and that
it's about
shuts,
$4,000.
Shuts and starts to suck in that air pretty good.
Well, you really set it up right though, dude. And I like that you're crediting all the different folks that have been involved with you on it, because I always get a little frustrated when a guy says, oh yeah, I built it all myself. And then you start asking questions and it's, well, no, I didn't paint it. No, I didn't do the fabrication. No, it's like, well then credit the people that are involved with you.
And 100%, well, the guy who taught me pretty much what I know about doing this stuff and who still teaches me and is like a great friend of mine, his name's Adrian, and another great friend of mine, Jeremy, they've helped me tremendously with this build.
Yeah.
I mean, he essentially taught me what to do and then said, go ahead, like, I'll be here if you need some help, but like, you got it. You know, so this is actually the first car I ever did an engine swap on. My first engine swap was in this car. And it was really the first car that I had built. That other E34, I'm sorry, I said that backwards in the interview actually. The E34 touring that I did that swap right after I did this swap.
Gotcha.
So I did that engine swap right after I did this. This one just wasn't running. So I put the engine in of this one and then finished that one up, got it running. And it was kind of like a right at the point, a crossover point.
Yeah.
So this was the first one I ever did an engine swap in. So it's a special place in my heart. But yeah, Adrian and Jeremy, killer guys. They let me use their shop nights and weekends. They're always helping me out. And one more shout out I have to do. The wheels, right way wheels. Jose, right way wheels. He's gonna watch this video and get so excited too. He's never heard this car, but I tell him about it all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's seen this car through its stages, so he worked overtime to make sure these wheels were ready for this weekend. So I gotta thank him for that.
They look great.
So thanks to that guy.
Yeah.
But there's my thanks. Now we can enjoy the car.
Yeah.
It's very important to recognize people for their work.
Dude, I'm with you.
You gotta build stuff like this.
God, this is so well done.
Thank you.
I like how quickly it comes through the RPMs. Like I don't know that I've put 50% throttle input yet.
It's very direct.
It snaps through the RPMs.
Yeah.
You can tell it does, man. Chris wants to drag race? Yeah, this shifter's wonderful too, man.
It's definitely purpose built for stuff like this, you know?
Yeah.
You're not gonna want that in like a too laid back of a car. You kind of want it when you really want to be attentive and focused on the road. See, my favorite part is second to third gear. So second to third gear, you just push forward. You don't. You get insanely fast shifts that way.
You're right, because you're having to hold it over to go up to first.
But you're not going to be, you know, you're not really doing that on the drag strip or in the canyons. It's all second, third gear, really. You just go
that's
forward.
Funny. I wasn't even catching that, but you're 100% right.
That's why it makes it really nice when you're super focused on like racing or drag racing or canyon carving.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to necessarily think about trying to find where you're at. That's why center chassis mounted are great. You just slam it forward and you're in third gear.
Bro, you could, I mean, just a tiny little bit of turning this car. It's
good.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like I don't track like crazy or anything like that for the most part. So I don't know all the technical, super in-depth stuff about suspension tuning and chassis tuning.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. I know that.
God dang, this car is nasty. Jesus Christ. Holy shit balls, dude. Holy fuck. This car's insanity.
Yeah, man. You really just gotta get at it. You gotta give it throttle. It really wants love.
You could tell it wants to be up in the RPM.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it is very linear. I mean, down low, it's all there ready to go.
Yeah.
God, it's just mind-numbing how hard it fucking hits. Look, I'm already gripping the oh shit handle over here.
There.
Jeez. Oh my God. It's so much car, dude.
Yeah. You definitely gotta be ready to grab it by the horns.
Glad you got a good oh shit handle over here.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't sound like Grandpa's E30.
No, it's what Grandpa wants his E30 to sound like.
Yeah, exactly. This is, I'm not bullshitting you, this is one of the more intense cars I've ever been in.
I love it. That's
really,
exactly what
it really
that's exactly
is.
what I was hoping to hear.
I
love unsuspecting cars that are like memorable.
I do
you know
too.
What I mean?
I like it when it throws me off like this, where I'm still trying to wrap my head around that I'm in an E30. Because I've been in E40s with like the S54 swap, right? That's one that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of different E30s, but this
probably not one with a supercharged M62.
This is by far the most radical.
That's the soft limiter. Yep, that blew my ears out. That's good. Oh, cool. G80 behind me. Let's show him who's boss.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's probably a pretty tough car, and this car would just embarrass that.
Yeah.
You would just run away from him, no problem.
I mean, you'd have to have a pretty experienced driver, because the cornering is definitely where that thing is going to shine.
Right.
But this, in combination with the power, with someone who really knows what they're doing, yeah, it would eat it up. And it's hard to not drive this car like all out all the time.
Oh yeah. It hits so fucking hard, dude.
That noise, that feeling, the shift, everything about it is screaming for you to give it 80% throttle, 100% throttle.
It's begging you to fucking pound
on
it. Yeah, it really is.
Also, it's like a symphony. I love that sound as it's rising and getting higher in the RPMs.
It just hits like crazy.
See if it just let's see if it does it.
So that's just blowing flames.
Seriously? Wow. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, up in the RPMs, it really sounds like an S65.
Yeah, S65 like. It's really snarl like.
Oh my God. Is that the supercharger I'm hearing the whole time? Wow. Dude, these tires are so good. Wow, dude. Not even really spinning too much.
No.
The tires are... And it's a little wet outside too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I mean, I'm also not like, I'm not stabbing it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of rolling into it.
Yeah.
Corner.
Dude, this car handles so well. No way. No way. No way. All right. That got a little... Shit my pants. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Okay, don't worry
really
about
thought
it.
we were done right there.
No, we were good. I knew that bump was there from last time, but it was just...
Bro, what the fuck?
I just gave it a little more juice for you.
No way. Yeah, there it's spinning.
It's too wet here.
I'm holding on.
You're okay, don't worry. I'm not gonna let it get sideways,
Holy fuck,
but
dude.
it is a little too wet.
You know this
dirty
car
here.
really well though, huh?
I've been driving it for 6 years, and the only big difference is the power that was added. But yeah, the car is very, very, very predictable. Yeah, but like when your steering input is like immediate. It's very direct, which is killer.
I'm so amazed by this car.
I'm happy you like it.
Dude, I love it. When I first told them too, they were like, oh, okay, cool, E30. I don't think they were expecting this.
Yeah.
Wow, those backfires too.
Oh, that's a nice road.
Jeez, bro.
The brakes are good.
Oh my
Tires are
God,
good. The
everything is
suspension's
good. Dude.
And the sound is fucking great.
Let's go. Wow. Wow.
I definitely let it eat for a second for you.
You're letting it eat, bro.
Okay.
Is this not letting it eat?
I mean, yeah.
I feel like we're cooking, bro.
A couple moments where we were really letting it eat.
I'm fully puckered right now, bro. Fully puckered.
You ready?
Yep. Whoa! Woo! Fuck, dude.
Want to do it again?
You want to do it again?
Yeah, you want to do it again?
Yeah, turn around.
Yeah, let's do it again.
You guys know I've been in some intense cars. This is one of the hardest pulling, most badass little cars I've ever been in my life. This thing, the car rips, man. And I love, you know, that Julian did a lot of the work himself and then credits all the people that helped to make this happen. And for any of you guys interested in this car, know it is for sale. He hasn't put it up on Bring a Trailer yet. So if you think you got a shot and you want this thing, I recommend hit him up, buy this car. If I had the money, I'd buy it myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I just had a blast shooting this one today. It was really fun. As always, thanks for hanging and watching what we do, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, man, later.